So why control shift?
What became obvious with Brexit was that 52% of people responded to this idea that they needed more control over their lives. And what does that mean, actually? That people feel that they don't have control. And it's not surprising if you think that, or you realize that only 2% of people are members of political parties, and they're not part of this political discussion. They're not participating in the big decisions that, you know, that shape the destiny of our nation. So the need, this desire to take back control was very well captured by Brexit. And what we want to do is take that a step further, because nothing about Brexit actually gave people back control, because our political system is still very top-down. We don't have any chance to have our voice heard. But at the same time, there are people in the 98%, people who are not actively members of political parties, who are and have been developing new ideas for how they could be more empowered for decades. And this event is about bringing those people together in the same place.
So I noticed it was called an emergency summit for change.
Yeah.
What does that mean exactly?
Well, you know, that's because, you know, on two counts actually. For people themselves to feel that they are taking back control, they need to come together, perhaps more on a community basis or a local basis. But also with these networks, the networks have to find each other, because at the moment they're siloed, they're working separately. Everybody's working in a kind of isolated space. And by coming together, we're going to feel the power of that much more, you know, in a much more concentrated fashion. But the other part of that is, you know, we all know that we're in these multiple crises, and the multiple crises are not just of the planet, but also of the crisis of mental health, the crisis of addiction and depression, the ever-growing gap between the rich and the poor. We know that this is the case, and our sense of being able to get back in control of those things too is really urgent.
So how are you gonna make this feeling emerge at Control Shift? What's gonna happen?
So this gathering, this coming together of people with not only like values, but similar ways of organizing, similar, let's call it political logic, meaning a belief that, you know, real, grassroots organizing, bringing the skills and imagination of people working at the community level, coming together, is going to make a difference. Means that we can come quickly into that space, as I expect we will do, and co-create new vehicles, you know, the network of networks, new practices, new ways of finding our power, the power that we have between us. The range of people attending is quite significant and it's profound. People from, you know, transition towns, people from the Permaculture Association, Solidarity Economy, Finance Innovation, Local Futures, the Schumacher Institute, cooperative movements, ethical consumers, the Countercoin people from Newcastle. I mean, all different kinds of networks of people that have been working assiduously for decades, now coming together.
Why should I go? Why should anyone watching this video go to Control Shift?
There are so many different kinds of people signing up right now. It's difficult to know exactly what will happen, and that's the beauty of it. The most important thing is that we see each other, we recognize what each other are doing, and then we begin to feel our shared power. That's the real sense, that's the real importance of it, because once we really get that there's so many of us who want this kind of shift to control, that'll make us so much more capable of doing what we're doing and what we have to do now to make a real difference.